Hi, this is Jay with eXp Realty, and I always get asked a lot of questions about real estate, and I'm always happy to help. And that's why I made this video. So I hope you enjoy it. And if you need any help buying your next house, please give me a call.
Making an offer. How do I find houses for sale in San Antonio, Texas? We will do a search to find the homes that will meet all the things that are important to you. First off, we will need to determine the price range that will work for you in the area where you want to live. One of the main reasons I get this question is because people will look at Zillow or Trulia or other sites like this, and much of that information is old and outdated, and many of the houses are already off the market or under contract. The easiest way to search is to get on my website, arbizu-and-associates.com, and click on the Property Search tab. And if you have found something on Zillow or any other site, just send me the address and I can look it up to see if it's still available or not, and then we can schedule a showing if you want to see it. How do I know how much I should offer? No matter what anyone tells you, the value of the house you want to purchase is determined by the market. We have to realize that we can only make educated guesses of the price. A good realtor will have a lot of knowledge and experience with the local market, and that goes a long way to help buyers figure out how much they should offer. So the answer to this question will depend on at least two things. First, I will create a price evaluation of the homes that have sold in the area that would be comparable to the house you are looking at. Second, I will compare the properties that recently went under contract and those that are still actively for sale. This is very similar to what an appraiser will do to determine the value of your house, but remember, the appraiser is an independent third party that offers an official assessment of value. Ultimately, the most important factor is how much the home meets your needs. If this is your dream home, then the CMA will give you a good direction, and if it doesn't meet your needs, then it doesn't really matter. Negotiating the contract. After you make an offer and the seller accepts it, you are under contract to buy the house. This will start your option period, which allows you to do your due diligence and do any final negotiations. With an option fee, the buyer is paying the seller directly for the option to walk away from the transaction for any reason, and the only money the buyer would lose is the option fee. Most of the time we would ask for a 10-day option period and for about $100 to $150. During that time, you can get an inspection done and have your attorney review the contract. Also during that time, you can walk away based on things the inspection uncovers, or for any other reason you can think of. It's an unrestricted right to terminate the contract. If your financing falls apart after the option period, you can usually get your earnest money back. And if the house does not appraise at the agreed upon price and the seller will not accept the appraised value, you can get your earnest money back as well. But after that initial period, if you as the buyer do not do the things that you need to do to qualify for the loan, or you just change your mind and decide to back out of the deal, you could lose your earnest money. So that brings up the question, what is earnest money? Earnest money is said to show good faith to the seller. You're putting up your money for them to take the house off the market and not entertain any other offers until you close. Often, the listing agent will not take the house off the market until the earnest money is paid. Earnest money is usually paid within 1 to 2 days after the seller accepts your offer. It is usually held by the title company. How much you pay usually depends on the price of the house. For a $150,000 house, a $1,000 or $2,000 earnest money deposit is usually fine. The rule of thumb is 1% of the agreed upon price. Will the seller pay some of my closing costs? It's common for the seller to assist with closing costs, but remember, everything is negotiable and there are several factors involved in that part of the negotiation. If you disclose you have a large down payment or the seller owes too much on the mortgage that they may not have enough equity to be able to assist, and we definitely don't want to insult the seller with the lowball offer and ask for closing costs. The deal will be dead before we start, plus then it's difficult to resubmit an offer later because they feel snubbed and they'll put their guard up when dealing with your next offer.
I hope this was helpful, and if you liked the video, please forward and share it with anybody that you think might be buying a house this year. And if you have any questions, please feel free to call, email, or text me.